Welcome back to another episode of Living in Denver. As always, my name is Adam, and today I'm really excited to share with you my top 2 favorite things about living in Denver, Colorado. I'm a 41 plus year Colorado native at this point, and I've never decided to move outside of the state of Colorado. So today I'm going to be sharing with you, for me personally, my top 2 reasons why I still choose the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado as home. But before we get started, really quickly, I'm a licensed realtor here in Denver, Colorado, and every week I have videos just like this coming out. So make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. But more importantly, I would love to connect with you. So my phone number, my email, all that info is also down below. Reach out to me. We can set up a 30-minute Zoom call. No obligation. Would love just to connect with you and find out a few ways that maybe I could help answer some questions and provide some value to you if you're considering moving here to Colorado. But let's go ahead and get started. Again, sharing with you my top 2 reasons why after 41 years, I still choose Colorado as my home. All right, so reason number 1, and I'm shooting this video today, as you might be able to tell in the background, from my cabin up in Grand Lake. So my number 1 reason is going to be proximity to the mountains. What I love about Denver is it truly is one of the few places in the United States where you are within only a 1 to 2 hour drive of some phenomenal outdoor recreational activities and just some great places to get a little bit of solitude, a little bit of peace of mind, which is, I think, more important than ever in today's environment with how just fast-paced everything is in our world. So, proximity to the mountains. So as you can see on this map, there are a ton of options all within just a 2-hour drive of Denver. As you can see, we've got Silverthorne, Frisco, Vail, Steamboat Springs, Winter Park, Grand Lake, and even Estes Park. So those are just a few places that are all within about a 2-hour drive of Denver and some of my favorite places in the entire state of Colorado. I will also say that right now, as I'm sitting here in Grand Lake, this is almost exactly a 2-hour drive from Denver. And 2 hours may seem like a lot to some people, but just nowadays I actually enjoy, being in the car a little bit, put on a good podcast and just kind of make it a productive trip to or from the mountains and kind of get a chance just to kind of be by yourself, maybe listen to some music and just enjoy that drive, because it's not a drive in 2 hours through rush hour traffic or dealing with a bunch of construction and all that kind of stuff. For the most part, it's going to be a very pretty, enjoyable drive. So I actually look forward to the drive itself in addition to wherever it is that I'm going. So the last thing that I'll mention about this first point being so important to me, to the proximity to the mountains, is just how now more than ever, it is so important both for our mental health and just our sanity to be able to find times throughout our day, our week, our year, where we don't have to be so attached to the phone and to the computer screen or TV screen, and really find places within nature to relax and kind of just get grounded and just enjoy why it is that we are on this planet and just to, appreciate Mother Nature. And I think Denver is such a perfect blend of not only having so many urban activities with the city of Denver, but then having all of this other incredible landscape to explore, and it's all within just a couple-hour drive. So I think that proximity to the mountains is definitely the number 1 reason why I choose Denver. And I think for people that maybe haven't spent a ton of time in Denver yet, a lot of people don't realize how close we really are to a lot of these options and opportunities. We'll also say, though, that it is amazing, again, as a Colorado native, how many people that I've grown up with over the years and just gotten to know that still rarely, if ever, go up to the mountains. I still meet people today that have been in Colorado for decades and have never even been to a place like Grand Lake or driven up more than 30 minutes up the I-70 up to the mountains. So I will just make that point too, that it is just so important to take action and just be intentional about your free time on the weekends or whenever it may be, to make a point to get up to these beautiful parts of our state, and really why I choose to live here and why a lot of my friends and clients and everybody else that I'm connected with also feel the same. So really just want to make that point clear that, you have to make effort to get to these beautiful places, but it is very, very achievable. All right, so before we jump into my second reason why I just love living here in Denver and Colorado in general, I want to make sure you guys remember that I've got some amazing educational resources available completely for free. So don't forget, I've got a buyer and seller guide, as well as a guide all about new construction homes. All of those are easily available by downloading. There's a link down below in my show notes. Click that, download a free copy, and I think that'll also help you if you are considering moving here to Colorado. Just give you a few different tips and pointers on where to start, or maybe just some ideas on what parts of Denver or even the state of Colorado you might want to start focusing on when you make your decision to officially come out here to Colorado. All right, so my second reason why I personally have always chosen to continue living here in Denver, Colorado, and just really Colorado in general, not just Denver, is the endless amount of activities that you can pick up on any given year and have as a new hobby. And this sounds, maybe a little bit generic at first, but what I really want to dig into here is, every state has certain things that they're known for, whether it be the ocean, being somewhere coastal like California, or maybe it's just some other parts of the country like Minnesota where there's a ton of lakes. All these different states have amazing features and reasons to consider moving and living there. But with Colorado, I think what keeps me here is that there are just so many different things that you can get involved in and really just keep life interesting. So, when I've grown up, over the years, I picked up different hobbies, and for a long period of my life, and still today, one of my biggest passions is and always will be skiing. So for wintertime, that's still my number one hobby. But with summertime, just every few years, I find myself picking up something new. And, there's a lot more than just maybe what people think of when they think, oh, Colorado, it's great for hiking in the summer and skiing in the winter. In fact, there are so many other activities that you can do here. And again, what's so cool is that because there's so many, every couple years, you can pick something else up, try something new, and just that always endless amount of opportunity to try and learn and experience new things. I think that is something that really is important when it comes to just living life and just having a place to call home that provides those types of opportunities. So this can be everything from, water skiing, wakeboarding. More recently, I've gotten really into wake surfing out here on Grand Lake, mountain biking, road biking, even things that involve, kayaking, river rafting. There's endurance races. Up in Leadville, they have the Leadville 100, which is a 100-mile foot race over some of the highest passes in the nation. There's parts of the race where over 13,000 feet of elevation. There's all levels of extremities as far as how extreme you want to get with some of these activities. But I, again, just think that there isn't anywhere else in this country that provides you with so many different types of outdoor activities. And that's just why I put this as my second reason for continuing to live here, is all of these amazing things to keep you engaged in life and just always striving for growth and just enjoyment. So living your life by this intention, I think, is so important, and Colorado really embraces that. All right, so before we go, I just wanted to share with you a locals tip, and this is something that's here local here in Grand Lake where I'm at today. This is one of my favorite hikes to do in all of Colorado, and it happens to be right here in my backyard. And coincidentally, it's the same name as me. It's called Adams Falls. And Adams Falls is just about maybe half a mile to a mile from the town of Grand Lake. And it is just an incredible hike to take people of all skill levels. And that's why I'm putting it today as a little locals tip for you guys to hopefully explore whenever you come up to this part of the state. So Adams Falls is only about a 0.6 mile each direction to get up to the Adams Falls, which is a waterfall that's beautiful. Changes a little bit in intensity depending on the spring runoff with the amount of snowpack we've had for that year. But what I love about this hike is it is something that can be done with young kids as well as maybe older people or just people that maybe aren't in the best physical shape. With it not being that long of a hike, that's great. However, I will warn you that up here you are at pretty high elevations, so if you've got some mainlanders, so they're maybe coming from a state that's close to sea level, regardless of the intensity of the hike itself, they're going to be huffing and puffing a little bit just because of that elevation gain, or should I say that elevation of where they're at, the altitude of Grand Lake, or really anywhere in the mountains that you decide to visit. But what I love also though about this hike is if you are somebody that's more adventurous and has a little bit more endurance, just go on right past Adams Falls. This is some of my favorite part of the state for backpacking as well as just getting into a part of Rocky Mountain National Park that is a lot less traffic than other trails and just awards you with some incredible valleys, some really cool open viewpoints where you can see definitely a ton of elk, have a chance to see moose. I've seen even a bear up here before, just all kinds of wildlife. So if you guys are looking for a great hike, definitely check out Adams Falls up here in Grand Lake. All right, with that, I'm gonna close this video out. I hope you guys got a little bit out of this today. I know this is more on two personal reasons why I love living in Denver, but I really wanted to turn this back onto you, the viewer, and just engage you with some ideas on why you also might consider Denver as your new home, and some of the reasons why a lot of people like myself just will never leave because of such amazing opportunities we have with the outdoor lifestyle and the proximity to incredible places in the mountains, such as here in Grand Lake. If you guys haven't, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe button. I release new videos every single week. I want to make sure you're the first to receive them. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I would love to connect with you. So yes, you right now, you watching the video, text me, shoot me an email, give me a call. I would love to connect. No obligation at all. We'd love to just learn a little bit more about you. And I guarantee you there's a few ways that I can provide value and help you if you are considering moving here to the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. Until next week, I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you next week on an all-new episode of Living in Denver. I'll see you then. Bye.